This cabin construction in 1935 was done by the Civilian Conservation Corps, restored by the Friends of the Falls of 1904 and 1906. So you see there is history. Remember we went to a dam near Las Vegas built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. Remember the little dam in that canyon where Nevada, where it's on the edge of the Grand Canyon? I cannot remember that place where I stepped in Devil's Hole almost. Yeah. Established under Franklin D. Roosevelt. They did a lot of work in Nevada and California. Bridges, dams. A lot of the sites we go are built by them. It's a nice cabin, huh? Wow. Burney Falls, 129 feet tall. About 3 million years ago, Burney Falls stood over a mile downstream from where you stand now. Since then, the solar erosive power of the water has moved the falls upstream to their present position. Water continues to shape the falls today, slowly wearing away the softer portions of the cliff face, undercutting the harder rock on top. We don't know exactly where the falls will stand 1 million years from now. We can be sure the power of its water will have moved them beyond this point. This waterfall is created by underground springs with the combination of the mountains and the snow melt. Look at the water, how clear it is. Wow. The benefits of being around Shasta. The water still flows in this part of California, huh? Descending 100 feet down in the Burney Canyon. We're gonna go to the base of the falls. Oh yeah, look, there's a little creek right there. There's people sitting on the rocks, having picnic down there. There's kids playing. I could set up the, I'm gonna set up the tripod on those rocks, and we can stand out on a rock with the waterfall. I'll even frame that. Today we even managed to get in here for free because they're open in the visitor center, so they're having a celebration right now. Badger, big-eared bat, mountain lion, western pond turtle, moss lichen and macalamat, black oak, white oak, thimbleberry, those are white flowers, are thimbleberry, and Douglas fir and cone. The mist from the falls bathes Burney Canyon throughout the year, creating ideal growing conditions for plants. Obviously, it's very moist. A lot of life thrives by the falls, and that's where we're heading. A lot of wildlife here. Over 100 different bird species. I'm not here to do the paranormal, just so people know. I'm here to just go on a nice hike and share it with my friends. There's nothing like this in the world. This is what Shasta offers. We're in the Mount Shasta area, and I'll tell you, there's no signs of drought over here. Wow. Pretty nice. I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. Ba 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 ba. Holy shit. It's paradise, man. I can feel the mist from the falls. It's kind of like Niagara Falls. In a million years, this falls will be a mile or two pushed further back as erosion takes place. The water's blue, crystal clear blue, and people are just fishing. Wow. The pool before you has been a destination for thousands of years. The Ilmawi, a band of Pitt River Indian tribe, have held rituals at the falls pool as long as they can remember and continue to do so today. For nearly a century, California State Parks has welcomed visitors like you to relax at the falls cool spray on a hot summer day or marvel at year-round beauty. It says, relentless pounding by the waterfall has created a 20-foot deep pool filled with a chilly 48-degree water And it recommends against swimming here. In other words, if you swim here, you will get hypothermia. We're going to take the falls trail, so I'm going to go above the falls, and then I'll get some video up there. I'll be back with more footage.
Kind of a ruthless cycle.
Yeah. This is Burney Creek. I don't see no fish. I got good eyes when it comes to fish. I like to eat fish.
Osprey dives down and grabs the fish.
Oh, yeah.
And the eagles will beat at the osprey until he drops the fish and the eagle grabs it.
Yeah, looking in the scope was cool. Got to see an osprey near the falls today. And there's also bald eagles that also try to attack the ospreys, or the food the ospreys are carrying, which is fish. That's the main prime source for the ospreys. A lot of bird life here also. This place is gorgeous. Burney Creek. Now we're doing some hiking all along the Burney Creek. There are fish here. If the ospreys are hunting the fish and diving down, and I see people with fishing poles, then there must be some fish in that deep pool of water. That pool of water is about 30 feet deep. The fish like to stay on the bottom and just take your bait. That's what they're good at. Wow. This is nice. If we'll have time for the lake today. Not if we want to do Lassen.
3 miles to the lake.
No, 1.2 miles to the lake.
From here?
Yes. No, from where we started back there, but yeah. Wow. That's force of nature. Lake Britton's pretty big too. The falls is the main thing to see here. If anybody comes to the state park, the falls is what you want to see. The lake, there's about 100 of them around here like that. We'll see about 3 or 4 from the top of the cinder cone today. Woo! Wow, this canyon's pretty deep. Got to climb out of it now. We'll continue to climb, huh? Shasta does not appear to be affected by drought. Even the stream at the visitor center at Lassen was flowing really good. Wasn't trickling. Look at that leaf.
I know, I saw it.
There are some unique plant species in the Shasta forest, or the Shasta region. This is my first time hiking in the Shasta region. I've never hiked here, but it's very lush and green, and there's a lot of different birds and plant life. Then again, we're close to the Oregon border, and that's one of the states with the most foliage, and it's just, you know how Portland is. Trees everywhere. It's very green, and more than one way, of course. But hiking around Shasta is interesting. There's tales of underground aliens, Bigfoot, UFOs living underneath Shasta in the lava tubes. It's another flower. And so it's a mystical area. Very mystical. The Native Americans used this area for thousands of years. Probably fished, swam in the waterfall pools, hunted along the river here and in this canyon. We seen antelope this morning, so we know that life does exist out here. But I'll catch you when I get to the top of the falls. Hope you enjoy this little tour. These are some of the most beautiful falls I've seen besides in Yosemite, and I'm just here to soak it up and enjoy myself. You're not going to find Bigfoot here, but you will find pristine beauty. You will. Pretty steep drop-offs. That's death, man. Roll 50 feet, break your neck. Woo! Don't go on this trail unless you got good footing. Kids like to wander. There's a bird that just took off. That's a butterfly. He's not coming over here though. There's a trail here. The trail to death. This trail's not too bad. It's steep, but we're almost at the top of the falls, so once you're at the top, it's all level then. Huh? Yes. There's a bridge. Cross right over. It's pretty cool. This is awesome. This is what exploring is about. Even though there's a million people that go here a year, it's nice to experience it yourself. That's why we do what we do. And so we could share it with others and hopefully get the public's support on preserving and visiting such places. By even paying to enter the state park, you're really providing a good service to the forestry and the state so that they can maintain the falls that are here. And the park, the state park itself. There are black bear and there are mountain lions here. Very rare to see one. I'm not even sure what I filmed or seen up at Sardine Peak. Brown bear possibly. He almost looked like a grizzly. But I know grizzlies aren't up here. But it looked like one from afar. They did die off in this region and near Sardine Peak many years ago. Probably about 130 years ago when the pioneers came through. They just, every bear they seen, they shot. That was the way of life in the Wild West. That is a deep canyon. That's where it drops off right here. And then there's the bridge up ahead. See it? Rainbow Bridge. Or Fisherman's Bridge? Rainbow Bridge. Fisherman's is over here. Oh no, I didn't get those. Those purple wildflowers? No. That's a stick bug, by the way. I just seen it. Oh, cool.
Right behind us.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I didn't want you moving, because I was trying to get a close-up. And
the osprey in the nest?
Yep.
And Scent Cedar, which is across the road, ranks the third in the park's tree population. It does not have a commercial value other than dominant trees, ponderosa pine and Douglas fir, but is used for fence, posts, roofs, pencils. The Indians were able to hew dugout canoes and make planks from soft wood. Note that the cedar does not have needles, but rather tiny, scaly leaves, and it belongs to the cypress family. You can kind of see it over here. Also, keep in mind the Native Americans, all they knew was rainbow, brown, and brook trout until other various species were introduced into the wild territories of California. Now they have hatcheries, they crossbreed trout, put a few hundred in the creek. The population just kind of takes off from there. But we're heading on out. There's the pay station. Oh, hold on, he's up there. It's yours. I can't even see him. Oh no, he's going to his partner up there. They're playing in the tree. Look at him, he's chasing them all the way up the branch. And they're going higher and higher. Those are stellar jays. I got a picture of one when we entered the volcanic park, just sitting on some rocks or a wall, just looking at me with his head turning. He was playing with the stick. They like to play also. I don't think people realize that very much, that they're very playful birds. The road out to the state park is right here. The parking lot's to our left, which I can see. And then we're going to head to Lassen Volcano National Monument, or Lassen National Monument. And we're going to go ahead and take the Cinder Cone Trail. See some lava domes, a couple beautiful lakes, hike to the top of a caldera, and see the painted dunes. I love this place. A hidden source beyond the falls. Can you hear the roar of the falls? The sound is made by more than 100 millions of gallons of water that surge over Burney Falls each day. Yet, just a mile upstream from this point, Burney Creek is dry in the summer. Where does the water come from? I was telling you guys about this earlier. The water rushing over the falls first travels underground, a big underground river. In the spring, melting snow on Burney Mountain seeps through the fractures, and the top layer of rock gathers in ancient underground steam channels, caves. That's where people believe, other cryptozoologists, including myself, believe that these underground rivers, there's caves, entrances into them where Bigfoot-like creatures may live and be able to utilize the water. And the water basically channels through the rocks, flows over Burney Falls. About 3/4 of a mile upstream from this point, the channel's end, the water encounters a solid rock and most of it's forced to the surface. Water flows down Burney Creek before crashing 129 feet over the cliffs. The water from Burney Falls flows through Burney Canyon, Lake Britton, and the Pitt River, and then to the Pacific Ocean. The ground that you are standing on resembles a sandwich. On top and bottom are layers of volcanic rocks called basalt. The middle layer is ancient river gravel cemented together to form a type of rock called conglomerate. Look at this, folks. 1776, Declaration of Independence is signed. 1653, the tree sprouts. And Burney Falls becomes a sacred site. You can see all the history. 1914, Lassen erupts. 1850, California becomes a state. 1981, tree cut down. Look, 1786, Shasta erupts. Man, this is history. I want to thank you for watching our movie on Burney Falls. This is your founder, Lord Rick. Check us out, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. And the new visitor center, it's open for biz. Oh yeah, that's what I stood in front of. It's pretty nice.